Shalom, it's the brother Chicago from Great Millstone Lake Charles Count. Back again with another lesson. But before I do anything, I'm gonna start by saying, Call Haluim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Ba'ashim, Kakadash. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, in the name of the only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Nathan Mashanaka, Bala Hazapoim, Shah Yasharala. Just give double honors to the elders of Israel, which are the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, the teacher who will. And Shalom Wabla Baki Yashar Yasharala, which is peace and love to the elect of Israel. Alright. I really just want to come back with a quick little lesson, man. Basically on how, when we did right by the Lord, he came through for us, man. He when we were walking in righteousness and following these law, statutes, and commandments, man. Hey, the Lord was on our side, man, and he came through. Just like that's why you had that scripture in Proverbs, man. The 16th chapter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it. Alright, this is Proverbs chapter 16. I'm gonna go to verse 7. It says, when a man's ways please the Most High, he make it even his enemies to be at peace with him, man. All right, so just like I was saying, when we do right by the Lord, he comes through for us, man. It says when your ways please the Most High, he's going to make your enemies to be at peace. All right, so you could be in the jam, man, or say, for instance, that your account, and, a cop comes up, by you doing these works, man, and pleasing y'all by Shim Shah, hey, the enemy, he's gonna come to you with peace, man. He's gonna be at peace with you, man. Yahweh Shim Shah is gonna drop that spirit on him, and hey, he's gonna come, with that peace instead of coming on that bullshit, man. We're gonna dive right in though. The first script I wanted to bring out was this is Judas, man. All right, and Judith, the 5th chapter. All right, and in this particular chapter, man, it was about Achior, man. Salaki if I'm mispronouncing his name, but it was about Achior, man. There was I want to say a captain of an army named Holofernes, and the children of Israel, they were preparing for war. And they blocked off all the passages and things of that nature. And Holofernes, he got mad. All right, so Achior, he was basically a hireling of Ammon, man. He went to bat for Israel. He was basically telling Holofernes, hey, not to fuck with Israel, man. And he started giving accounts of how the Lord, delivered Israel out of certain situations, man. And long story short, he got mad, but that's in the next chapter, all right? But this is Judith, chapter 5, verse 17. All right, it says, and whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered because the power that hated iniquity was with them, all right? And when you go into that word prosper, it means to flourish and grow, man. All right, so our people, they flourished and they grew, when the Lord was with them. All right? They flourished and grew. Okay? And it says, while they sinned not. So they were walking in righteousness, man. They wasn't out being wicked, serving idols and doing this, that, and the third, man. All right? But it said that the Most High was with them, man. The power that hated iniquity. All right? So when the Lord was, with our people, or is with our people, we prosper, man. When we doing the right thing, hey, the Lord allows us to prosper, man. It's kind of like, when you do the works and do everything that you can for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's going to reward you, man. You reap what you sow. And I'm going to grab that. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 9. Chapter 9, verse 6. All right. All right, Con. It says, but this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly. And when you go into that word sparingly, it basically means to be like limited, man. All right, so if you sow, if you sow it, sparingly, and with limitations, on what you can do for the Lord, hey, that's what you're gonna reap, man. That's gonna be your reward. All right, it says, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. All right, and bountifully, that's like fully, thoroughly, sincerely, man. So you get what you get. You basically determine your reward, man. If you put in, that's just like with anything, man. With any sport or shit, any crap that you do. If you put in bullshit hours, then that's what you're gonna get. With boxing, man. If you're preparing for a big fight, and you basically bullshitting in camp, man, in training camp, you bullshitting in sparring, you half-assing, then you gonna show up to the fight half-assing. The same thing, the same habits that you had in practice, you're gonna bring it to the fight. That would be you, sowing sparingly, man. You putting limitations on what you can do instead of going in with that mind frame of being focused. Instead of going there with that mind frame of being, on top of your shit, on your P's and Q's, man. All right? But back to that Judah. All right? Judah 5, it says, I'm going to read it over again, 5 and 17. It says, and while they sin not before their power, they prosper. It says they prosper because the power that hated iniquity was with them, man. All right, so with the Most High being on our side, we prosper. And I'm going to grab a couple of accounts of that, man. All right, this first one is going to be in 1 Samuel, chapter 1 Samuel 17, I'm going to go to 17, I'm going to go to 50. All right. No, it's like 45. All right. This is the story of David and Goliath, man. So because he sinned not, he prospered. The Lord was with him. This is 45. It says, this said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword, and with the swift, and with the spear, and with the shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Most High of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. All right, so he came with that confidence, man. Without a shadow of doubt, trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He didn't have that fear. Like you can read about in Psalms the 27th chapter, man. He didn't have fear, man. He trusted in the Lord, and he went all the way through with it, man. All right. So he knew by him, basically being on that right track and that right path, that the Most High was not going to have him have his enemies prevail over him, man. He knew that. All right, so that's why he came with so much confidence. All right. Because the power that hated iniquity was with him. Like we read in Judah. All right. 46, it says, this day will the Most High deliver thee into mine hand. He's speaking with great boldness and that confidence, man. All right, it says, and I will smite thee and take thine hand from thee. All right, and we know, Goliath, man, he was feared. He was a big-ass Philistine man. He was 6 cubits in the span. And David, he was young, So everybody else was scared of him, but David came with that great boldness, man. Because he knew that he had the Lord on his side. All right. So it says, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel, man. 47, it says, and all this assembly shall know that the Most High saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Most High's, and he will give you into our hands, man. All right, so he already understood that it was a spiritual battle, man. You know, I mean, it was physical as well, but hey, he knew that he'd had Yahweh Shem Yahushua on his side, man. You know, real quick, let me grab this real quick. Why the Spirit on me to grab it? This is Psalms 44. Just to back up that point that David just said. He said, let me see, let me go back. I kind of lost my spot. Oh, 47, all right. 1 Samuel 17 and 47, it says, and all this assembly shall know that the Most High saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Most High's, and he will give you into our hands, man. All right, that brings me to Psalms 44. I'm going to start at 4. It says, thou art my king, O Yahweh, command deliverances for Jacob, man. All right, so this is King David speaking, man. And, you know, he's basically acknowledging the Most High, man. Verse 5, it says, through thee will we push down our enemies. Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. So this is what David was doing, man. You know, when he went up to Goliath, man, he understood that, man. That through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he was going to push down his enemy, man. All right? That's why he came with so much boldness, all right? But this is the point. Verse 6, it says, for I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me. All right? And did in 47, did he not say, the Lord saveth not with a sword and spear? All right? So he understood that, hey, the Lord was going to fight the fight for him, man. You know? He understood that. All right? Verse 7, it says, but thou hast saved us from our enemies and hast put them to shame that hated us. All right? So it's not that what happened in the story of David and Goliath? You know, he put Goliath to shame, man. You know? Hey, because, hey, Goliath, he was running through everybody, man. You know? All right? Verse 8 in Psalms, it says, in the Most High we boast all the day long and praise thy name forever, Salah. All right? So he's boasting in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know? But back to 1 Samuel 17 and 48. It says, and it came to pass when the Philistine arose and came and drew nigh to meet David, that David hasted and ran toward the army to meet the Philistine, man. All right, so it was about to be time, you know, for that battle. All right, 49, it says, and David put his hand in his bag and took thence a stone and slang it and smote the Philistine in his forehead, that the stone sunk, the stone sunk into his forehead, and he fell upon his face to the earth. All right, so shit, he smited Goliath, man. All right, verse 50. Verse 50 says, so David prevailed, man. You know, so that means he got the victory, man. You know, he triumphed. All right, how? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know? You know, just like we read back in that Judith, man. You know, he prospered through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, I'm going to keep stressing that point. All right? So, 50 again. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine and slew him, but there was no sword in the hand of David, man. All right, so just going back to that Psalms 44. All right. And I got a couple more counts, man. I'm going to read 51. It says, therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine and took his sword. All right, so he took Goliath's sword, all right, and drew it out of the sheath thereof and slew him and cut off his head therewith. And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead, they fled, man. All right. So shit, hey, David did that, man. All right, and there's a couple more accounts, man, that I want to grab. Just to show you that. You know that we prospered through Yahweh Shem Shah, you know, being on our side. You know, when we were you know, being righteous, man. Alright, this is Acts 5. I'm gonna start at 34. Alright, this is about Stephen, man. You know, when they held the council. Alright, Acts 5:34 says, "Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel." Alright, this was also you know, Paul's teacher, you know, mentor, man. You know, it says, "A doctor of the law, had a reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space." So he's asking them, you know, the ones who are holding counsel, to, you know, hey, cut the apostles slack, man. You know, he's basically asking them to, you know, ease up. All right, 35, it says, "And said unto them, Ye men of Israel, take heed take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men." You know, so hey, he was giving a warning, you know, not to fuck with the men of the Lord, man. Excuse my language, man. All right, so he was giving a warning, man. You know, so he's basically saying, y'all need to take heed and consider who y'all have, man. You know, and it's gonna go into some older counsel of the Lord, you know, having men prosper, you know, over their enemies, man. All right, 36, it says, "For before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves." All right, and this is the point right here. It says, "Who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught," man. All right, so shit, he was slain, man. You know why? Because he came up against the men of the Lord, man. You know, the ones who had Yahweh Shem Shah on their side. All right. 37, it says, "After this man rose up, Judas of Galilee, in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, and were dispersed," man. All right, so another one, you know, that perished, you know, and died. All right. Let me see. 38, it says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught." So he's saying, shit, I suggest that, you know, y'all hold back, you know, and let them go. Because the same thing that happened to those men that I just spoke of is going to happen to you. You know? All right. Let me see. I got. Let me see. Got one more account. This is. All right. Just another account. Just to drive that point home that, you know, when the Lord was on our side, you know, we prospered. You know? This is 2 Kings 6. I'm going to start at 15. It says, "And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and going forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do?" All right, so he's wondering, like, damn, man, you know, they're coming with a large amount of men, man. You know, what are we going to do? All right. Verse 16, it says, "And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them, man. So, hey, he had that faith off the back, man. You know, he knew that Yahweh Shem Yahushua was with them and was not going to allow their enemies to prevail over them, man. All right? It says, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. All right, so he knew. 17, and Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Most High opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of this story loud, and chariots of fire round about Elisha, man. So, hey, he was able to see, you know, the army that was coming with him, man. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Hey, that's loud, man. And you know, scriptures like this, man, are faith boosters, man. You know, for the times to come, man. You know, that's why the scripture in Romans, the 15th chapter, say you know, the scriptures that were written aforetime were written for our learning, man. You know, like this, man. Hey, these type of accounts, man, are uplifting, man. You know, so when it look like, you know, there's no way out, man. Hey, you gotta have faith that the Lord will come through for you, man. Just like in these accounts that I'm reading, man. You know, you gotta actually believe the scriptures. You know, that's why the scripture in Isaiah, the 33rd chapter says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. You know, and also, I'm gonna grab the one in Psalms. It says, all right, this is Psalms 119 and 50. It says, this is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. All right, so the word is the comfort, man. You know, in your time of trouble, man. All right, so it's gonna quicken you. And the word quicken, it means to make alive, man. You know. But back to that. All right, back to that 2 Kings, man. I'm gonna stop at read 18. All right, it says, and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Most High and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness, man. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. All right, so, shit, the Most High made it happen, man. You know, for one of his men. All right, why? Because he sinned not, man. You know? Let me see. That was all the accounts I had, but we're going to jump back to that Judah. And I'm probably going to, you know, close out after a couple more scriptures. But this is Judah 5 and 18. It says, but when... All right, so we had in the 17th verse in Judah, you know, chapter 5, we had the good end of the stick, man. You know, when it says, when you sin not before the Most High, you know, you prosper. All right, that's the good end of the stick, man. All right, 18, this is the bad. It says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore. All right, so, you know, when you departed and forsook the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and, you know, basically just went astray and started, you know, walking wickedly, hey, it says that they were destroyed in many battles, man. All right, and you got to remember that this is Achior talking about the children of Israel, man. All right. He was letting Holophanes know. It says, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken, man. So it was they didn't have that same confidence, you know, that they had, you know, when they you know, walked righteously. You know, they didn't walk with that same confidence, man, because they knew that that they departed from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know, they knew. All right, and it says that they were destroyed in battles, you know, very sore. You know, they didn't have a chance, man. You know, the Lord wasn't fighting with them, you know, any longer, man. You know, and I'm gonna grab this one account, man. You know, because all those other accounts that I brought out, you know, through the Spirit, you know, those men, they came with boldness, man. All right. You know, they came with great boldness. But in this particular one, man, he didn't. All right. And why didn't he? Because he departed from the way, man. All right. And this is First Samuel 28. I'm going to start at 1. It says, and it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight with Israel, man. All right, so hey, they were preparing for war, man. And you know, and like in Judith, I read, you know, it said that they were destroying very many battles. All right, you know, destroying very many battles. It says, together for warfare to fight with Israel. And Achish said unto David, know thou assuredly that thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. And David said to Achish, surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said to David, therefore I will make thee keeper of mine head forever. All right, now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. All right. All right, so this was commanded of him to do, man. You know, to put out all those you know, wizards and so on and so forth, man. All right. Verse 4, it says, and the Philistines gathered themselves together and came and pitched in Shunem, and Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. All right. This is the point right here. It says, and when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled, man. You know, so that's the difference between, you know, those other accounts that I read when, you know, when they came in that great boldness, knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahushua was going to have them prosper, you know, in the time that they were going through. All right, but in this particular one, it says that, hey, you know, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled, man. All right. So, why did this happen? You know, he departed from the way. All right. Verse 6. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to read a little bit more. All right, verse 6, it says, and when Saul inquired of the Most High answered him not, man. All right, so the Lord, he wasn't answering him, man. It says, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets, man. You know, so, hey, Saul was going praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but, hey, the Lord wasn't answering him, man. All right. Verse 7, it says, then says Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that have familiar spirits, the same ones that he put out. You know, he sought them out. All right, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, behold, there's a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor, man. All right, so he basically went against what happened in verse 3, man. All right, he went against that, man, and departed. All right, so that's why, you know, the Lord wasn't answering him, man. Okay, you know, and you can continue on in the story, man. You know, but you know, that's all I really wanted to touch on, man. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know that when the Lord is on our side, man, hey, who can prevail over us, man? You know, who can defeat us? You know, the scriptures say the same. You know, but Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash, Natham, Mashanah, Kabbalah, Hazakoyim, Shalom, Shah Yasharala, and Wa Shalom, Wa Blabaki Yashar Yasharala. Shalom, brothers. Keep pushing. We almost out this thing.